If you have been sending freelance proposals every day pero hanggang ngayon wala ka pa ring client, you might be wondering if freelancing actually works. The problem isn't usually your skills. It's a few small mistakes that makes client ignore you immediately. And kapag naintindihan mo kung ano talagang hinahanap ng mga clients na yan, getting replies from them becomes much easier. And in this video, I will share with you the most common mistakes freelancers make and exactly how we can fix them. Hey, if we haven't met yet, my name is Russell. At sa channel na to, nag-upload ako ng mga videos related to working from home and freelancing. And yes guys, we're back. Nagbabalik tayo to share more videos para makatulong sa ating mga viewers. So let's go straight sa video. Number 1 on our list is sending generic proposals. So ano ba yung mga generic proposals na to? Ito yung mga kinaka-copy-paste nyo lang, ginagaya nyo sa mga guides or formats na usually nag-store sa, "Hi sir, ma'am, I'm interested in this job." So yung mga client na to, especially this year 2026, agad-agad nilang napapansin yan. Kung copy-paste, kung may template or guide na pinaggayahan. So stop doing that. How to fix that? Start with the client's problem. For example, ang problem ni client is delayed reporting. So you can start your proposal like, "I notice you're struggling with delayed reporting." So in-state mo agad yung problem ni client and then the solution. Then you can say, "I've built trackers that automates this so managers can see results instantly." So something like that. Acknowledge the problem of the client and tell them how can you help them. Next common mistake is talking about your skills instead of results. Malamang ginagawa mo to. So, ito yung mga usually sasabihin mo, "I'm good at Excel, I know data analysis, I have 3 years experience, 10 years experience." Etong mga client, they don't buy our skills. They actually buy outcomes or yung mga results. So, instead of highlighting your skills, translate them into business outcome. For example, "I'm good at Excel." Instead na yung sasabihin mo, you can say na, "I built automated reports that reduce manual tracking time." So, sinabi mo na, "I built reports," so they're aware that you're good at Excel, creating reports. And ano ba yung outcome? It reduced manual tracking time. Next on our list, guys, is weak profile positioning. Story time muna real quick. So, a few years back, nung beginner pa lang ako sa freelancing or sa pag-work from home, yung mga profile ko usually, naglalagay ako dyan ng sobrang daming titles like may customer service, may data analysis, merong social media, graphic design. As in, dinidikit-dikit ko siya, tapos sineseparate ko lang siya para nandun lahat ng titles na ginagawa ko naman actually. Pero I've noticed that this year, guys, hindi na usually nag-work yung ganyan. It usually signals beginner energy sa mga clients. So I would suggest choosing one specific clear positioning. Ano ba talaga yung gusto maging trabaho as a VA or as a freelancer? Or ano talaga yung skill na gusto mong i-focus? For example, ang i-focus mo ay data analyst. You can add a title that says data analyst helping e-commerce brands track profitability or something like that. Pag ganyan guys, it's very specific and it's trustworthy for the client. And the next one on our list, it's applying to everything. Gagrab natin lahat ng opportunity, lahat ng job post apply natin, which is not ideal. Yung pagmamas apply na to, ini-interpret to ng mga clients or ng algorithm ng pag-apply sa mga online jobs as a low fit. Solution here is for you to apply to a job kung saan makakasolve ka talaga ng problems ng client. Remember guys, it's always quality versus quantity. Now guys, stay with me because this next mistake, this is actually the one that stops freelancer from ever getting replies from the clients. No proof of work. Well, pwede niyong sabihin na hindi naman applicable sa lahat ng niche yung pagbibigay ng proof of work. Siguro, pero right now it's 2026. We need to be creative on, presenting some portfolio or sample work to clients kasi mas mataas yung chance na ma-hire tayo. Sabihin mong sa customer service, paano kang gagawang portfolio? Be creative. You can actually create a folder or a Word file na merong mga customer problems and meron kang mga answers on how you usually respond to those customers. Nagiging problema kasi dito guys, we're always saying na, "I can do it, I can do that," without showing anything or any proof to the client. These clients, they fear risk. Hindi sila basta-basta mag-risk sa isang applicant na wala namang napakita sa kanila or walang napatunayan na kaya niya talagang gawin. If you are good at Excel, you can start creating sample dashboards. I-compile mo yan. Or you can do a before and after reports. Anything that you can show to the client that you can actually do the task. At tandaan nyo rin guys na we don't need any permission to demonstrate our skill. Hindi mo naman kailangan magpaalam kahit kanino. As long as you have your creativity, you can start creating your portfolio or your sample work. Next one is writing long proposals. So ito yung mga huge paragraphs explaining your educational background, your experience. Tandaan nyo guys na ngayon, mga panahon na to na sobrang daming nag-a-apply as a freelancer or as a VA, etong mga client na to, hindi na nila binabasa yung buong proposal nyo. They skim your proposal in seconds. You only scan it, read a few sentences. Kaya, ang much better way to approach this is submit a short proposal but structured. So when we say structured, you should follow a certain guideline or you should answer a few important questions. You need to acknowledge ano yung problem ni client. And yung pangalawa na kailangan nyo is quick solution data. So you need to provide a solution or summary kung ano yung pwede mong gawin para ma-resolve yung problema ni client. And then lastly, like what we've mentioned, sample work or proof of work. So yun yung magiging format nyo guys. Again, problem acknowledgement, solution, and sample work. As long as nandyan yung lahat sa proposal nyo, kahit maiksi lang yan, you're good. Next one guys is ignoring client psychology. Dito naman, you're trying to impress the client instead of reducing client risk. Tandaan nyo, ang unang-unang tanong ng client kapag nag-i-scan sila ng mga proposal is, etong person ba na to, etong freelancer ba na to, mapapadali niya ba yung buhay ko? Because the number one reason why they are hiring is they have a lot on their plates and gusto nilang mapadali yung buhay nila para mas makapag-focus sila sa business aspects. Instead of impressing them, I would suggest to first show understanding. Like, yung example natin kanina, ang problem ni client is delayed reporting. So, pwede mong sabihin na, I know deadlines matter because delayed reports affects decision making. Something similar sa ganun. You're like showing empathy to the client because, you know, empathy builds trust. Next one, guys, is no clear next step. It's like ending your proposal without any direction. The best way to approach this is you can add a simple call to action. Siguro adding something like, if you'd like, I can send a quick sample layout based on your project. Kasi kapag nag-offer ka ng ganyan, imagine, mataas yung chance na mag-reply si client sa'yo kasi gusto niyang makita ano ba yung sample layout na yun. So, pinapadali nito na makapag-reply sa inyo si client. Another one, guys, is expecting fast results. So, lalo sa panahon ngayon, hindi na ganun kadali makahanap ng client. Pero usually sa mga ibang freelancers dyan, they are quitting applying after about 10 to 20 applications. Tandaan, guys, sa freelancing, we also need a momentum. Kapag nag-stop ka na after 10 to 20 clients, tapos tinamad ka na, so nasayang lang yung effort mo. Actually, guys, yan lang yung mga list ng mga common mistakes freelancers make. Pero I have a bonus tip for you. This is the part that nobody tells beginners. And I believe ito yung biggest hidden mistake. It's trying to look perfect instead of helpful. Client hires people who understands the problem, not people who sound robotic or too perfect. So don't try to be perfect. Just try to acknowledge the client's problem, explain to them your solution, and then provide a sample work. That's it. So yun guys, most of you would think that you need to send more applications. Pero sa mga nakita nyo, sa mga mistakes na diniscuss natin, yun yung mga usually na nag-i-stop sa mga client from replying to your proposal. Once you fix those, guys, freelancing feels completely different. Because conversations with the clients start happening instead of you chasing them. Ngayon, ang next challenge for the beginners is paano nyo ba makukuha yung mga client na mag-respond sa proposals nyo? Kasi dyan usually na-stuck yung mga freelancers. At sa next video na gagawin ko guys, I will break down how to structure a proposal so clients would actually reply to that specific proposal. Kaya magkita-kita tayo sa next video guys. Thank you and bye for now.